Shakespeare didn't sound like this. And he didn't sound like this either. But if you were back in 1610 and you snagged a couple front row tickets to the Globe, what kind of English would you hear? I have a confession. A tough one for a language nerd. Here goes. I never really got into Shakespeare. I remember the theater geeks, the girl with one hand raised, head turned, chanting lines to whom exactly? Maybe a poetry-loving squirrel. Nah, wasn't for me. I was into Legos and languages, which is how I ended up unintentionally parsing Homer in Greek before I had to face Shakespeare. Yes, had to. A class assignment. I think it was The Tempest. I skimmed just enough to pass a quiz. Then I honestly would have shelved the Bard forever, but for that one stray remark. As the theater geeks donned their best British accents, a random gadfly sneered. Heh, you know what Shakespeare really sounded like? He sounded like us. No. What? Had I missed something about Shakespeare? Something that took linguistic detective work to solve? Something like his poor spelling. It's there in the bad quartos secretly scribbled by some bootlegger in the audience. It's there in the good quartos in the first folio, too. Even on his own grave, dig and friend look almost childish. And his stacked they and that keep a simplified Germanic letter, thorn. This isn't his spelling. 1400. Chaucer's English was a very readable tongue. So readable that 75 years later, Mr. Caxton imported a printing press to cash in on that readability. But one day, a merchant came to town and ordered eggs. A woman said, "Sorry, I speak no French." The merchant got mad. He wasn't speaking French, he just wanted some eggs. Someone jumped in to help. "Oh, he means iron." Caxton griped. "Lo, what should a man in these days no rate? Eggs or iron?" Unleash the spelling debates. How to spell knisht when it was evolving into night? Should correction have a C? And why, oh why, did Chaucer's vowels fall apart so fast? By 1600, the ongoing great vowel shift was turning E into I, A became E, and O was Oo. Welcome to early modern English, Shakespeare's tongue. Good friend, for Jesus' sake forbear to dig the dust and close it ere. Not here. Ere. Just one of many rhymes that, well, they aren't rhymes anymore. Plaideth rhymed with dreadeth, are with are, and own with alone. You find craters, raisins. I went fine with company. Should kept its ul and didn't match wood. Extra credit spell two words that sound like society and rhyme with variety. Ha ha. You get play and pray and say. But then the rhymes with say. So wait, were all of these actually E? Or maybe the was they? Well, fortunately we find ear-witness accounts of a meat merger. Se was in the process of merging with C. With caution, rhymes may even help us recover puns, like probably raisins, and maybe bile. And rhythm, like those iams my teacher made us drum out in class, those count how many syllables were in, say, enclosed. Two syllables. Except here it demands 3. Enclosed. Meter can also reveal stress, not housewifery, but usifry. Okay, you're learned now. You see in say and says a noun and a verb. It's no longer strange for you to hear, I know the raisin, lad, I. And you can stomach the news that Shakespeare's name may have been Shakespeare or Shakespeare. In 1889, Alexander Ellis added one more piece of evidence. Modern dialects. Dialects contain traces of a time before English had a proper accent. People who still don't merge meat with met, witches that aren't witches, undropped R's, H'less arts, and gerund endings. Sounds downright Shakespearean. Like some dialects still do, he used both thou and polite you. Thou hast, thou'rt, you have, you're. And that third person ith, like in sheath, was still competing with as. And while data crunchers deflate legends of his peerless vocabulary, he was endlessly inventive with meaning and syntax. Try out this word order. Though I with death and with reward did threaten and encourage him not doing it and being done. Playful a tangle for audiences to untie on the spot. So, what about listening to a whole play? Linguist David Crystal tested that in a newly reconstructed globe. Thrown back into an era of standing, heckling, and OP, original pronunciation, playgoers detected suspicious traces of one particular dialect. Their own. There's something universal about learning to pronounce. We all come as strangers to Shakespeare's sounds, whether you're a theater geek who quotes Hamlet by heart, or you're me who am about to finish animating this and read it for the very first time. I thank you patrons for unlocking this and keeping me creating, and to everyone watching, I pray thee tarry and subscribe for language.